Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the Wellness Resource Center's Overcoming Imposterism and Building Connections as a Transfer Student. This is a guide to adjusting to life on campus and learning how to thrive. So thanks again for joining us. A little bit about the Wellness Resource Center. We provide education and organize events focused on alcohol and other drugs education, interpersonal violence prevention, mental health and well-being, and sexual health. Connect with us, please. We are in the Howard Gittes Center, Student Center, room 201, Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m. Please connect with us on Instagram. And again, our office has free safer sex supplies for students to pick up and resources. And we just want to put it out there to take care. We will be bringing up emotional topics today, so feel free to take care of yourself however you need during this program. And a quick note, the WRC is a confidential resource on campus, which means that the conversations remain private and protected, with exceptions around harm to self or others. Confidential resources only disclose information shared with the individual's permission and will provide options and referrals to help students determine what feels best for them. So another awesome thing about the WRC is students can come in for a wellness consultation, and this is a confidential meeting that helps students find resources that feel best for them. And then some group agreements. We'll treat each other with respect and kindness, assume the best of each other. We're all coming to this conversation with our own life experiences. And again, take care. If something comes up that is upsetting or frustrating, give yourself permission to take time for yourself and find someone that can help. The WRC likes to take a holistic approach to wellness. So we like to recognize that every human being is different and has different aspects of wellness that they identify with. So these can be emotional, spiritual, intellectual, physical, environmental, financial, occupational, and social. And these all have different meanings and level of significance to each person. Being a transfer student can be exciting and stressful. It's okay to experience uncertainty in new settings, especially around a new campus. Giving yourself time to adjust to the new hustle and bustle of maybe the Philly city, to allow yourself to feel any emotions that may be coming up and being present in the moment, to set expectations or goals that may not fully develop. So some things don't always pan out, and that's okay. And then to miss aspects of your past and be excited for your future. So you may miss things about your old college campus or friends, but there's lots to be excited for about the future and what's to come. So what are some pros or benefits of having some stress in life? So some pros can be that it motivates you as a student to keep going, have good,
you know, have good work ethic, to really just stay present in the moment. And sometimes stress can push you to do better. So,
definitely. And then some cons or not so great things about stress is sometimes it can push us to go into burnout, and it can be too much to handle for students and cause us to be mentally, physically drained. So this is the stress spectrum, and we like to show this to students to show that some stress can be motivating and provide opportunities for learning, but we really want to be in this optimal performance, so this happy middle where we're not too bored and not too burned out, and we're really performing in the ideal way that we would like to be. So it's nice for students to be able to look at this and recognize maybe when they're slipping towards boredom or burnout. And this is the this distress equation. So the distress equation is when your demands are greater than the resources that you have. So we feel distressed when we think we don't have what we need to cope with the demands of our life. And we really want to help students balance this equation by changing our mindset, decreasing our demands, or increasing our resources, and developing a support system. So students can do these actions kind of in what feels best to them. So maybe this is increasing your resources, or maybe this is saying no to certain things going on in your life. Like maybe you can't take on this project. Uh, so it's nice for students to keep this equation in mind when going through stresses of being a transfer student. And then defining imposterism. So this is a collection of feelings of inadequacy that persist despite evident success. So this may include feelings of being a fraud or a fear that one would be found out as a fraud. It's often accompanied by feelings of anxiety or depression. Um, it's all kind of like down to luck or I must not fail mindset. So what may contribute to transfer students experiencing imposter syndrome? So maybe the stress of um, meeting new friends.
Getting acclimated to the college campus, being like, afraid that maybe since they're transferring, they don't exactly fit into the college vibe. All those feelings are valid. So another way, imposterism might feel like there could be new challenges in a new campus environment. They maybe can feel consistent burden or high pressure to achieve, maybe struggling to find out how you fit within the college culture, self-doubt or comparing yourself, or even feeling like self-worth is contingent on achieving or uncomfortable disclosing these feelings. And all of these feelings might be completely valid, or you might be feeling other things that might not be necessarily listed here. All these feelings of imposterism are, we want to remind you, are completely valid. So think about a time when you made a mistake or something didn't go according to plan. What was your inner dialogue like? Maybe you were thinking kind of negatively. Maybe it was like, oh, this is my fault. Or like maybe you can were saying like, what could we do better? Or, maybe if you're making a mistake that something didn't go to according to plan, it could be a combination of both or like other sides. Either way, those are complete valid feelings of what it might look like. So now consider if a friend went through the same experience, what would you say to them? You might say something like, "Oh, it's okay, or you're an amazing person, like everything is going to work out in the end." So you really should treat yourself the way that you want to treat your friend. If you're not going to be so hard on your friend, then why would you be so hard on yourself? Self-compassion, like we were saying before, treating yourself the way you would treat a good friend in the same situation is ways to cope with imposterism. Self-kindness, the definition we like to use is to be warm and accepting to yourself, just like how you would find someone that you care about when they experience pain, challenges, and difficult feelings. Common humanity. We all experience feelings of pain and inadequacy, yet we still feel alone. Recognizing shared human experiences can alleviate some suffering. And mindfulness, acknowledging your thoughts and feeling present in the moment without getting caught up in them. And there's plenty of mindfulness exercises that we'll talk about in a few that you can and practice mindfulness. So, building community. Social ties can be key in when maintaining mental well-being. So, taking the time to do things that help you best show up for others, or community allows us to seek validation, support, joy, curiosity, understanding, and peace. And that's why we really want to advocate for building a community to yourself, especially whether in your new place. And a community can look like various type of ways. So making connections on campus, we would love to point you to OutConnect. OutConnect is a great resource about joining clubs. There's always new club events, temple events, and you can find some common ground with someone in class. A lot of times you can meet somebody at a club. So scanning this QR code or just looking up OutConnect on Temple's website, you can find a bunch of events on campus that can help you build those connections that we were talking about before. So what comes to mind when you think of the term self-care? Maybe you're thinking about, mindful movements, journaling,
Reading.
reading, yes, or anything that I like to think, you can do when no one else tells you what to do. Like, what do you do to keep yourself grounded in that way? So self-care, the definition we like to use is regularly prioritizing our well-being. These activities can offset the impact of daily stressors and be preventive and protective for mental well-being. And it can work for routines like sleep, food, movement, and you time, which are really great categories when you're thinking about self-care. So we're going to go through a few of those. So sleep and rest. Sleep is crucial for our mental and physical well-being as well as memory and learning. We want to aim for consistency and establish a wind down or wake up routines. Keep naps at 30 minutes. It's shown that if a nap goes over that, it can be harder to wake up and continue doing daily activities. Refrain from using technology when trying to fall asleep. Avoid using nicotine and drinking caffeine or alcohol when trying to sleep because those products make your body more active instead of putting it to rest like it should be doing. Joyful movement. So regular movement exercise can also improve mental well-being and help reduce stress. So move in ways that feel for you. Maybe it's just walking, maybe it's going on a run, or just exploring different sports and activities you like to do. All are parts of self-care. You time, staying connected or make time to be alone, enjoy your own company, use relaxation, reflection techniques, mindfulness journaling, just like some grounding exercises can help you establish you time as well. Taking care intentionally. Self-care is all about what makes you feel well. This is a framework to start with. It doesn't have to be perfect. We are all doing our best, but self-care doesn't have to take a ton of time. It all matters. This can look like 2-minute journaling, 1-minute deep breathing, convenient snacks to nourish before class, or even a 10-minute walk or stress. Anything that makes you feel well. So, what is one self-care routine that helps you feel well? It could be, again, going on a run, listening to music, creating a playlist, cooking.
I like to clean my apartment.
Yes, making a clean space is a very great way to do it as well. So let's practice being mindful together. Here's a grounding exercise that you can try when you're on your own. Look around and look at 5 things you can see. Use your ears, 4 things that you can hear, and 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and one mindful breath at the end of it. This can be for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you can just keep in mind those 5 things that we're asking you to be mindful in the moment. So we would love to point out some resources to support you. Teleman Counseling Service, located at 1700 North Broad, has counselors that can help you through your self-care needs, trying times, even imposterism syndrome. Right above Teleman Counseling Services is Student Health Services, where you can schedule doctor's appointments. They give discounted rates for safer sex supplies and everything. So the Career Center, if you're like looking about what you want through a career, there are career coaches, resume building, disability resources and services. It is located on the third floor of the fourth floor of the Student Center, my apologies, as well as the Career Center is located in Mitten Hall. And the Student Success Center is located on the third floor of the Charles Library. That's where you can get student tutors to help you through classes and undergraduate studies at Temple, which there's your number right there. You can contact them. It can help with school. So we have this participant survey for you to fill out if you would like to, and thank you. Please stay in touch with our digital communities at Be Well to You, and thank you for joining our presentation today.
Thank you so much.